guys, this is the Investment Venturer, and welcome to the Investor Next Door podcast. Today, we'll be doing a business breakdown of the company Palantir Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol PLTR. I should let you guys know that anything said on this podcast should be used for information and entertainment purposes only. This is not investment advice, and I do not recommend diving into any project or trying any strategy without doing your own research first. Palantir Technologies Inc., traded on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PLTR, is a U.S.-based software and data analytics company that specializes in building platforms for integrating, managing, and analyzing large volumes of data. Its software is primarily used by government agencies and commercial organizations for decision-making, security, and operational efficiency. Here's a breakdown of Palantir's business. Government segment, approximately 55 to 60% of revenue. Clients, U.S. and allied governments, for example, Department of Defense, intelligence agencies, health organizations. Use cases, counterterrorism, battlefield intelligence, military logistics, public health, border security. Software used. Gotham. Used by analysts in defense and intelligence for pattern recognition, threat analysis, and mission planning. Key features. Handles highly classified data, deeply embedded in long-term defense contracts. Commercial segment, approximately 40 to 45% of revenue and growing. Clients, industries such as healthcare, finance, energy, manufacturing, and automotive. Use cases, supply chain optimization, predictive maintenance, sales forecasting, fraud detection. Software used. Foundry, a data integration and analytics platform used by businesses to make data-driven decisions. Notable customers: Airbus, Merck, BP, Ferrari, General Mills. Product platforms: GOTHAM, Government Intelligence and Defense Platform. Search. Gotham is built for government agencies, especially in defense, intelligence, and law enforcement. Designed to ingest, integrate, analyze, and visualize classified and unclassified data from disparate sources in real time. Key capabilities. Entity resolution links people, places, and events from messy data, e.g., aliases, multiple spellings. Pattern detection identifies terrorist networks, cyber threats, smuggling rings. Real-time battlefield intelligence supports mission planning, targeting, logistics. Forensic investigations, crime scene reconstruction, financial crime detection. Shield primary users. U.S. Department of Defense, DoD, CIA, FBI, NSA. UK's Ministry of Defense, NATO allies. Local law enforcement agencies. Architecture and features. Integrates structured plus unstructured data, for example text, video, satellite. Role-based access controls for sensitive information. Audit trail and compliance built in, critical for agencies. Example, use cases. Afghanistan War Zone Ops, identifying IED networks from disparate comms plus field intel. COVID response, UK NHS used Gotham to allocate resources and PPE efficiently. ICE, immigration, historical use to identify patterns in visa overstays, controversial. Foundry, commercial operating system for the modern enterprise. Search. Foundry is Palantir's platform for businesses, enabling data integration and operational analytics across the enterprise. Think of it as a data backbone plus workflow engine plus decision support system. Key capabilities. Data fusion connects siloed enterprise data, ERP, CRM, IoT, spreadsheets. No low-code modeling. Business users can build workflows without needing a data science team. Simulation and optimization, stress test decisions, forecast outcomes, plan operations. Digital twins, model factories, supply chains, fleets for real-time optimization. Industries served: manufacturing, for example, Airbus Ferrari; healthcare, for example, Merck; energy, for example, BP; financial services, for example, hedge funds, insurers; food CPG, for example, General Mills; architecture and features, modular design, ontologies, workflows, operational applications; granular permissions, object-level access control; end-to-end pipelines, raw data, decisions, automated execution. Example, use cases. Airbus, production optimization across aircraft lines; Ferrari, accelerated F1 car design via engineering data integration; BP, unified upstream dotted downstream ops and carbon reporting; APOLLO, continuous delivery and orchestration layer. Search. Apollo is Palantir's DevOps/software delivery platform. It deploys and manages Gotham and Foundry anywhere: on-prem, classified air-gapped systems, public cloud. Think of it as Kubernetes meets Palantir for managing updates and uptime of complex systems. Core functions. Autonomous deployment deploys updates across thousands of environments without manual intervention. Edge deployment works in harsh, bandwidth-limited or air-gapped environments, e.g. submarines, military bases. Observability, real-time health monitoring of Foundry Gotham deployments. Secure CI/CD, continuous updates without sacrificing compliance. Lock and key, differentiators, enables classified or sovereign cloud environments, key to winning U.S. military contracts, ensures near-zero downtime, even during updates. Multi-cloud and hybrid infrastructure compatible, AWS, Azure, private data centers, forward operating bases. Use cases. Keeping software updated on a fighter jet in a war zone. Deploying Foundry into a hospital's private data center without public cloud. Supporting autonomous AI agents across global enterprises, continuously learning and retraining. Business model. Platform as a service, PaaS, subscription and usage-based revenue. High-touch model. Palantir often embeds its engineers directly with clients, especially during the onboarding phase. Long-term contracts, particularly in government, with multi-year agreements. Growth strategy. Expand commercial revenue, especially in the US and Europe. AI integration, embedding LLMs, large language models, and generative AI into Foundry. Global expansion, new commercial and government partnerships in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. AI platform, AIP, launched in 2023 to help enterprises deploy LLMs securely using their own private data. Financial highlights. Skyrocketing. Growth. Full year 2024 revenue rose nearly 29%. Q2 2025, growth held firm at approximately 38%. Profitability achieved, consistently positive. GAAP net income and operating income, margins improving across the board. Cash generation is exceptional. FCF margins north of 40%, enabling strategic flexibility without financing pressure. Segment strength. U.S. commercial and government segments are roaring ahead. International expansion remains a weak spot. Strong financial position, low leverage, high liquidity, and substantial investment capacity. Valuation trade-off. Strong fundamentals come with high valuation multiples. Investor sentiment is mixed. Competitive advantage. Deep integration with customers' operations, high switching costs. Proprietary platforms tailored for sensitive and large-scale data, strong defense and intelligence relationships. AI integration in enterprise settings with security and control. Recent quarterly highlights, Q2 2025. Revenue growth, Q2 revenue reached approximately $937 to $938 million, up approximately 38% year-over-year, stronger than earlier expectations. Government revenue, U.S. government revenue increased 45% year-over-year to $373 million, 55% of total revenue. Commercial bookings, U.S. commercial total contract value, TCV, surged 183% year-over-year to $810 million, with remaining deal value up 127% to $2.32 billion. Profit metrics, GAAP net income was $214 million, 24% margin. GAAP operating income $176 million, 20% margin. Cash flow, adjusted free cash flow reached $370 million, 42% margin, up from $149 million the prior year. Forecast raised full-year 2025 revenue guidance to 36% year-over-year growth, with U.S. commercial revenue expected to grow at least 68%. Now let's talk a bit about Palantir's future AI developments. 1. AIP Agent Studio, now GA, expanding agent capabilities. Released to general availability in May 2025, AIP Agent Studio enables creation of interactive AI assistants, AIP agents, that deliver enterprise context-aware workflows by integrating ontology, documents, tools, and LLMs in conversations. Agents can now be embedded in Palantir apps or external tools via the ontology SDK and APIs. March 2025 update, AIP agents can now be published as functions, enabling reuse within Automate, evals, code repositories, and even chaining agents together. This significantly boosts modularity and automation. 2. Model and evaluation enhancements in AIP. In early 2025, support for new LLMs was added: Anthropic Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Claude 3.5, Haiku, Google Gemini 2.0 Flash, O1 Preview and O1 Mini via Azure OpenAI, and Llama 3.370b hosted by Palantir. These models broaden AIP capabilities across multimodal language processing and large context workflows. The new AIP evals feature enables performance evaluation of agents and function-based workflows to refine outcomes and compare model options. 3. Developer tools, MCP, Assist, Architect, and more. In July 2025, Palantir released Model Context Protocol, MCP, in beta, a framework that lets AI IDEs and agents autonomously design, code, edit, and review full applications on Palantir by accessing ontology schema, dataset context, and code generation environments, all locally. AIP Assist upgrades rolled out in mid-2024 introduced accurate Palantir-specific code generation, Python, TypeScript, SQL, PySpark, Contour, with integrated TypeScript compilation to catch issues in line. AIP Architect, Solution Designer SDK, currently in beta, uses LLMs to guide developers through Foundry use case design, ontology, workflows, objects, effectively acting as a domain-aware AI thought partner. 4. Strategic partnerships and use cases. Palantir is working with Archer Aviation to build AI-powered manufacturing, air traffic routing, and operations planning, using Foundry and AIP, a smart infrastructure initiative for urban air mobility. Announced March 2025. New partnership with a major nuclear energy developer, nuclear company, uses Foundry plus generative AI to streamline nuclear plant construction, targeting cost and schedule efficiency aligned with rising demand for AI data centers. Palantir and Accenture announced collaboration to integrate AI-based automation and decision-making into federal operations. 1,000 Accenture federal employees will be trained on Palantir's AIP. Focus mission-critical workflows and agency resilience. First, new multi-sector rollout with Fannie Mae aims to detect mortgage fraud using Palantir's AI tools, extending usage of AIP and Foundry into financial services/regulatory infrastructure. Why it matters: growth and market impact. Analysts at Wedbush view AIP as a foundational engine for enterprise AI adoption, projecting AIP to drive $1 billion plus in U.S. commercial revenue in coming years. Their positive outlook and fast sales cycle acceleration are tied to AIP bootcamps and deployments. Loop Capital maintained a buy rating while acknowledging compression on upfront price targets, stating Palantir's AIP essentially sells itself due to UI design and deep agent capabilities coupled with onboarding bootcamps. Palantir as a stock has been very controversial for some time now. Let's conclude by diving into why investors are skeptical. Palantir Technologies is a controversial stock for a few key reasons, spanning its business model, valuation, political associations, and long-term investment thesis. Government ties and ethics concerns. Criticism. Surveillance and privacy issues. Palantir has built tools for U.S. intelligence agencies, law enforcement, and immigration enforcement, for example, ICE, which critics say can be used for mass surveillance, racial profiling, and deportations. Opaque customers. Some deals, especially in defense or policing, are classified or controversial, which leads to ethical concerns from activists, employees, and some ESG investors. Counterpoint. Bulls argue Palantir is supporting national security, modernizing intelligence infrastructure, and helping allied governments, not authoritarian regimes. CEO Alex Karp openly says they refuse to work with China or adversarial governments, unlike many big tech companies. Valuation and hype cycle. Criticism. Palantir has traded at extremely high price to sales, PS multiples, often 25 to 50 times in the past, especially during its 2020 to 2021 hype. Critics call it a meme stock or claim it's priced like a hypergrowth AI startup while still relying on traditional government contracts. Counterpoint. Supporters argue Palantir is transitioning to a high-margin, AI-first commercial business via AIP and now has GAAP profitability plus strong free cash flow. Recent U.S. commercial revenue growth, 60% plus, supports this narrative. Business model skepticism. Criticism. Palantir has a high-touch deployment model, embedding engineers into clients' operations, which some argue doesn't scale well like SaaS. Critics say it's consulting disguised as software, with long sales cycles and slow onboarding. Counterpoint. Management says this deep integration creates moats and stickiness. Once installed, Foundry/Gotham becomes mission-critical with high renewal rates. New AIP platform is far more scalable, with rapid bootcamps and self-service agents. Leadership and transparency issues. Criticism. CEO Alex Karp and co-founder Peter Thiel have polarizing reputations. Their blunt political stances and aversion to Silicon Valley norms alienate some investors. Lack of traditional quarterly transparency in earlier years, combined with heavy insider stock sales post-IPO, raised red flags. Counterpoint. Karp is known for long-term vision and staying true to mission, build software for Western democracy. Insider sales have slowed, and governance has become more conventional over time. Artificial intelligence and product skepticism. Criticism. Skeptics question whether Palantir's AI capabilities are truly differentiated, or whether it's just repackaging older products in a hot new wrapper. Some see the AIP narrative as marketing-driven and fear competition from companies like Snowflake, Microsoft, or smaller open-source players. Counterpoint. Palantir's AI agents run in high-security, classified hybrid environments, unlike competitors. Their approach blends data context, ontology, plus LLMs plus secure deployment, which bulls argue is hard to replicate. Stock volatility and retail hype. Palantir is heavily owned by retail investors, Wall Street bets, YouTubers, etc. It's been subject to extreme price swings, making it a risky holding. The stock tends to react strongly to headlines, earnings, and analyst upgrades, stock or downgrades. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the Investor Next Door podcast on your favorite podcast listener. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe for future episodes. Follow me on social media to stay updated. Twitter X @InvestNDPod, Instagram @InvestNDPod. Share this episode with your friends if you've learned something valuable from this podcast, and I'll see you guys next.